Austin, Texas, home to technological and cultural advances, but for everything going on in this city, the hub is bathed in burnt orange, and it is DKR and the Texas Longhorns. The Miners will kick it away to start us off. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Longhorns offense takes the field. And there he is. When you have a guy like this, you don't mind building your attack around the running game, guys.
And he's a grown man. There's no doubt about it. This offense runs through him. Everybody gets their emotion, and everything is built on him and around him.
And everybody knows this guy's going to touch the football, and still, defenses can't stop him. He can run through tackles and make big things happen.
They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
Nice patience by the quarterback here, working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. They couldn't stop the offense from picking up that first down on that one play.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Kept it on the ground last time, bringing up a second down. Power football with the run. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
In the gun, looking to throw on third down. Makes the grab over the middle. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Well, if you're going to get first downs against this defense, you're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to make people miss. This is an excellent tackling unit. You saw it on that last play.
Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Picks up the first down. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. The Longhorns will have it 1st and 10. Fullback's got it. Breaks the tackle. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Just a simple power play. Power football. Be strong, be big, be physical. Make it a fourth quarter game. Make them feel you. Keep them off balance.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas! Smokey the Cannon, not the only one using explosives around here, and it has electrified this Longhorn crowd.
I mean, coming out on point, coming out dissecting the defense, scoring early. In front of this crowd, you know good and well, all these fans love their school. Texas has got so much pride. This gets them going early.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They put together an 81-yard drive, and what a way to finish it off with a 21-yard touchdown run. They're lining up to boot it away. And he's going to bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So UTEP's offense will get the ball for the first time. And both of these teams have anchors in the middle that you build your defense around.
And everybody just seems to look to these two guys when there's a big play on the field that needs to happen, right?
They're making all the calls. They're making sure that they're in the right spots, run, pass, getting everybody organized, and they do it at a high level.
Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs, but I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Wants to throw on second down. Into double coverage, and he picked it off.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Here's the handoff. Sweet feet on the move. They stop him at the 42, but they're on a roll with a pickup of 15 and a first down.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
Starting to feel a little pressure. And he'll just get rid of that one.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. He'll set up to throw. He's right on target. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And he added the extra point. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. UTEP has the ball, and the Miner offense ready to go to work. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. He can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
They're going to run it. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
And his offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, his offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this drive.
Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. First down to start the drive after the break. They'll try the run. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. Gets it out quickly. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
He locked up and held on to bring him down.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. To the ground with the back. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, UTEP. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
On to attempt the try. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Michigan found a way to pull out a victory. It wasn't vintage maize and blue football. Those folks in the big house won't remember this one forever. What they will remember, it was a W. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. We joke that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them covered.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they cell block for a second, and then they run open and they find holes in zones, and they get good matchups. And man, those tight ends nowadays are nightmares for defenses to try to stop.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. The give to the fullback. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to hand it off to the fullback for a quick hitter, but just nowhere to go. The defensive line, great job getting penetration to set up that play.
Now the pitch. On the move at the 30. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Texas!
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear, with his speed, he was gone.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And how about that for a capper, a 43-yard run for 6. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. UTEP has the ball, the offense, ready to go back to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Looking to move it through the air. It's complete on the right side. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. And the Miners want to move quickly.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there getting that first.
He's going to pass. Takes a hit as he fires. Oh, picked off. Oh, you could just feel it. He wanted to make that a big return, but his offense will come out and take over at the 44.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Coming after it. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third down, he drops to throw. He makes the connection. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
On fourth down, looking to pass. Got a man. And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
On second down, they'll take to the air. Got his man down the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. This third down play more than manageable from the 24. Can the defense stand tall? He makes the grab. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
It's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of...
Throws toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Yeah, and that's nice coverage. He's taking a shot, trying to throw the ball to the end zone. Maybe put that thing up a little bit higher where his guy can go up and make a play and come down. But a nice job by the defender just getting his fingertip on the top of the football.
Unloads to the wideout. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. They want to just keep throwing it. It's complete to the right. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
He's got it. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Here's first and goal, and they could go to the locker room with a huge cushion. Looking to throw. Unleashes to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Longhorn! No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
And it's so underrated, the relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end them because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. UTEP has the ball and the Miner offense ready to go to work. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse. He's got it on the left. Nothing but green ahead. Touchdown, UTEP! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch it.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going into the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just...
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. After the misfire, now on second down. He's looking to throw. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Well, if at first you succeed, try again. They've already linked up twice for touchdown passes, so no question the quarterback here still in the first half looking for his go-to guy, but you got to give the defense credit there. They were expecting it. They were able to make sure that one fell incomplete.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. And the Longhorns will try to pin them back with the punt. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. To the air on first down. Lofts one high and deep. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a first-rate game so far from Austin today. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere, and I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats.
The Longhorns will kick it away to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. UTEP has the ball, the offense ready to go back to work. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Feeling some heat. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. And the offense came out aggressively here in the second half, but they can't put the drive together and spit it up on the turnover.
I'll tell you, this defense has a lot of athletes. They've got a lot of guys with ball skills. If you put the football anywhere around them in their vicinity, their ability to catch the football, they'll come down with it. This quarterback has got to be way more careful here in the second half.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Oh, he makes the catch. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Ball's at the 22. 3rd and short coming. Can the defense force him to settle for a field goal? Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. And the Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. On the option. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Nice job by the defense there, getting a stop on the quarterback behind the line of scrimmage. We know they've been burned a few times early in this game by the QB run, but we weren't going to let it happen there.
He'll take it himself. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Texas! And they kick it in for 6 more points. This dude is lighting it up for the Horns, and some old-school Horn fans starting to think about that 500-yard 4-touchdown day Vince Young had against Oklahoma State.
Bringing back great memories, and there's been some good runs at quarterback. You think about Colt McCoy, too, man. He put up some serious numbers, some serious wins. Can this be the next guy to catapult this offense, to bring Texas back to prominence?
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
Fellas, a battle in the Beaver State today. A lot of green, a lot of orange in the stands. Whenever Oregon and Oregon State have at it, and here's the latest. Oregon delivered maybe its most thorough thumping in years in a game that featured a ton of big plays, not unlike the way Michael James, Kenyon Barner, and Jonathan Stewart used to do it. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. From the gun, running back on the move. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Running back searching for a hole. Stopped after a pick. send 4 receivers onto the field, 2 to the right, 2 to the left on 2nd and 6. The pull and throw off the RPO. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. The Miners racing to the line in the hurry-up. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Using the quick game. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job increasing it. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Out of the gun, they give to the back. Found that crease, and they knock him down after a pickup of 5 to the 32.
Well, that didn't bust for a long one, but now 3rd down becomes very manageable. It's not 3rd and eternity. Now the whole playbook, short passing game, long passing game, all of it's available.
They'll try to move the chains on the ground. At the 20, he's got space. He goes out of bounds after the big play, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that one's about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And the Miners trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll go to the air. They're bringing heat. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
When I get inside the 3 on 1st and goal, I want to be aggressive with the run. I want to be a physical. I want to be a more dominant team. You might know it's coming, but I'm still going to bring it. They tried to go with the changeup. They tried to throw the football very unsuccessfully. Nice job by the defense being ready for everything, even though they're inside the 3-yard line.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And they will score. Touchdown, Miners. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step 1. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step 1 accomplished.
And the extra point is good, but they still trail 35-21. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. Oklahoma is down right now, and that's unusual for this program. Those fans in Norman expect excellence. Let's see if they can provide the spark this team needs. They're trailing by 10 to Nebraska. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Got the 1st down and more. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
Well, they get another big run for a 1st down, and if you're on offense, you love the way your offensive line is blocking early in this game. They're getting tremendous movement, and they're making life pretty easy for these running backs right now.
He'll ride his man on the option. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Well, that's just on the defense. I'm sorry. Fullbacks are not supposed to be able to rip off big runs like that. The defense, they better do a better job tackling as this game goes on.
And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
1st down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Pocket starts to collapse. Zings it complete to the right. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. They'll go to the ground. Finds a crease at the 20. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm here late.
They want to throw it. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Finds his big tight end. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. And after the really good gain on 1st down, they'll try to finish it off on 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Longhorn! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They push the lead out here in the 4th quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. Just about set to kick it away. Out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. UTEP has the ball, and the Miner offense ready to go to work. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. He'll start this drive firing. Quickly complete. And he goes down after making the grab. Picks up a few, but still short of the 1st down. After the short completion, let's see if they go back to the air. Wants to fire on 2nd down. He's got his man. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. He wants to throw. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
At this point in the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
And he's still running after the move. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. The Miners are rolling down the field. Going up top on 1st down. The throw to the outside is complete. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
You know, it's hard enough just to catch passes in college football, but to do it while also being cognizant of where you are in the field and making sure you get a foot down inbounds, that's really impressive.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. Got his man on the right. Makes the stop at the 23-yard line, but it's a pickup of 15. A 1st down, and this offense is smelling the end zone. Hand off from the shotgun. They're there to stop him at the 21 after a pickup of 2.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping him up, getting him on the ground, take away that run game, make him one-dimensional, put him in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Working that left side now. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. And the Miners will hustle to the line. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. They'll come to the line just trying to keep their hope alive on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, UTEP.
They decided to go for it on 4th down, and that was not easy, man. These windows open and close so quickly when you're throwing into the end zone, but really nice timing by the quarterback, and because of that, on 4th down, it's a touchdown.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And it's perfect. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the 4th. They'll line up for the onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football, because it's a 2-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
The Longhorns get enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Might as well keep pounding that rock at this point in the game, even though it's 2nd and 12. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Going for it all. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. And they'll push that lead out a little further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. Texas. And he's coming out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. UTEP has the ball, the offense ready to go back to work. The deficit is large, hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong.
Made a lot of mistakes in this game, and that's why it looks like they're going to take the L. Lots of things to improve on, lots of things to coach upon, and at this point, I think if you're a head coach, David, you're just trying to see which of your guys aren't quitting late in the game.
Yeah, which is a real thing, by the way. Who's going to compete to the final whistle? What do we talk about all the time? Coaches are always preaching to these guys. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Just compete as hard as you can. So, good opportunity to try to finish this game with something positive.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the 1st down. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Back open in the middle. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. He'll just keep slinging it. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. Fourth quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
And you want to dominate the football game like these guys have all day. Dominate the line of scrimmage. You know, turn and hand the ball off to your running back. It's a good recipe. It makes every quarterback better. It makes every OC better. Just turn, hand the football off, especially when you're winning the ball game.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's a great play there by the defense, stopping that run. But now with less than a minute to go, you got to use your timeout. You got to try and conserve as much clock as possible to give yourself a chance to win.
He'll toss it. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
Smart offense. I love it, man. Make them use that timeout. Run the football. I can run the football and let that clock now tick inside of a minute. I'm in great situation to win this football game. Just be smart and keep that thing running.
When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game, David. This was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses in this game. It was no different.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.